Hi everybody, it is Max Macintoshes back again for another video. So today I decided to do something kind of silly. It's a build challenge, I guess you could say, and it's probably not going to be very functional or practical. My idea is I'm going to build a house in the shape of the stereotypical picture that I used to draw over and over and over again as a child. So I used to draw like a nature picture with like a flower, a tree, some clouds, and maybe a butterfly. So I'm going to try to create that picture in the shape of a house. Yeah, I know that sounds ridiculous, but let's try. Maybe start with a base like that. This can be the stem of the flower. That can be the bud of the flower. Okay, does that look like a flower to anybody? It looks worse with the roof on it. Perfect. Okay, I think it looks good enough. So now we're going to create a tree over here, which will be hard because of how big the flower is. Maybe mistakes were made here. The flower was 2. The tree should probably be 3 or 4. And then maybe have those pieces so it's like a curve of the trunk. How are we going to create the top of the tree? Just start drawing lines, I guess. This is not going to look like a tree. Absolutely not going to look like a tree. Yeah, what is this bit over here? Does that justifyingly look like a tree? I don't think it does. Do these pointy bits make it look like a tree? I think when we add color to it, it'll look like a tree. And now we'll do a sun. I usually do a corner sun when I was a child. Maybe if we make it open so we can have a curved fence. Now let's draw a cloud. Does that look like a cloud? Kinda looks like Appa from Avatar. We're gonna say that's a cloud. Okay, now we need to color this in so it actually looks like the picture. Maybe put some grass with flowers on it for this. Maybe that brown for the stem. A black center. And then we'll do yellow outside to make it look like a sunflower. Or some kind of flower. Does a sunflower have a black center? Okay, so we're losing this real-time build and we're going back to a voiceover because the audio got really messed up and it just did not sound good. So we have to skip on over to this fast-forwarded time-lapse plus me now speaking over it in a voiceover. So sorry about that. So for the tree here, doing a wood floor because it's a wooden trunk. Classic green for the bushy part of the tree. What is that called? The top part. And here we have a frog and a rug. The rug is supposed to imitate a circle that I used to draw that I would imagine like squirrels and stuff could jump in, and then we did a frog there instead of a squirrel. Doesn't exactly make sense, but that's what it is. And then all those little red rugs are supposed to mimic apples because I used to like to draw apples on the tree when I would draw it as a child. And yeah, and then the sun over here, I kept it with a part of the wall and part of the fence because I didn't like it when it was all fence, but then the wall can't be curved, so then it had to be a fence. Yeah, just roll with it. It's going to be a grill. It'll be fine. And you could see there for a second that I tried to do like sun rays coming out of it, but I thought it looked terrible. So I didn't do it. And then for the cloud here that looks like Appa, I put these little swimming tiles, pool tiles, I don't know what they're called, to look like rain, just for something a little more exciting. And then here for the outside of the house, I just did the same color as the top. I didn't try to make it look like a normal house or anything. I just kept the same color scheme going, because this shape is so messed up. It's already a lost cause, so I might as well just keep it going and make it as terrible as possible. And honestly, I kind of like this. Like, obviously it's not like cute or conventional, but I like it. Here I tried to put a trim on the top to make a roof, but I didn't like it, so the roof is just flat. There's like nothing there. But again, this house isn't meant to be cute, so I think it's fine. For that door, I picked that door to keep the green theme, and the windows I try to keep the same color scheme, but then the inside I try to make look more like your average house. And let me tell you, it was quite the challenge to try to figure out the floor plan in this house. I'm placing a few furniture pieces down to make sure stuff fits or I have an idea of placement of furniture or in some of the rooms just to remember, like, this room's the kitchen, this room's a bathroom, you know. And over here on the flower is where I made a couple kids' bedrooms. They're quite small, but like you can't make a very nice bedroom over there. And then I just ended up adding play space, which you'll see. And then in Appa/the Cloud is the main bedroom for the parents, and they have their own bathroom over there. And here we're going to start furnishing the grill area. We have the little tiny grill from Toddler Stuff, I believe, because that was the only yellow grill that I saw. And then I have this table with the yellow umbrella, which I thought was quite nice, so I kept that. And then I just put a bunch of random yellow decorations down. Don't really have a thought process behind why I chose what I did. As long as it was yellow, it was going up there, and that's what happened. And I put another bar out here because there was a yellowish one, and I really liked that light palm tree thing on the wall, and I felt like it needed a bar for that. Bar-esque. That's what I felt. And then put a couple plants down just to make it more exciting. And now we jump inside, placing some flooring and wallpaper and lighting a bit. Kept this in just to show you. I thought it was weird if I just cut it out entirely, even though it's not that exciting of a process. I always pick the same wallpapers and flooring because that's not my specialty. I'm not very good at picking those. And here you can see I picked some windows. There's some green trim around it to go with the theme. Made sure I had enough spacing for a TV right there. And the other windows, I kind of just winged it. I wasn't really sure what to put because, again, we're not exactly trying to make a nice house, but I don't want the window placement to be terrible. But all these spiky bits, especially on the tree here, were hard to place windows with because they were closed off rooms of dead space. But you know, we just did something, and that's what we got. Just needed some lighting in this place. I want to know how it'd be to actually play in this, though. I might play in it a little bit. Speaking of playing in it, I just remembered I didn't play test this, so I'm sorry if something doesn't work and you actually played in this. That you just gotta fix it. I'm sorry. That's on you. I didn't play test it because I figured it wasn't a house that people were gonna want to play in anyway. But if you do, sorry if stuff doesn't work, especially in this bathroom. I'm not sure if this toilet and sink is functional. I feel like it possibly could be, but who knows. And now I'm starting the kitchen, my classic blue and orange kitchen. I really like to do this. I don't know if I would say I think it's cute or like fashionable. No, that's clothes. What's the word for furniture? In style? I don't know. I wouldn't say it looks awesome, but I like it. I really, really like it. Size down the microwave because microwaves are too big, and then it fits underneath the cabinet pretty well. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure I put a trash can in this kitchen or maybe in the lot at all. I'm so sorry. I don't know how I always forget trash cans now. I didn't used to forget. I used to always remember. And now that I've started recording my builds, I guess I just forget the trash can every single time. It's quite tragic because trash cans are important and they don't deserve that. They do a good service for us, taking away our garbage that is stinky and making it so our whole house doesn't smell stinky and just the basket smells stinky. Okay, enough talking about the garbage. So anyways, we're back into the living room here, and I wasn't really sure what to go for my style here because the kitchen is very blue. Didn't want to keep the blue theme in here necessarily. And then I picked that table under the TV, whatever. I don't know what kind of table that is, but the color of that is like tannish. So I was trying to go for that in the furniture because I don't pick that wood tone very often. And I ended up with these. They're okay. They're fine. It's kind of boring for me. I usually go pretty wild with the colors, and I usually go with a dark wood. So everything is just out of my comfort zone. But I thought it was nice. Something different is really good to see, because if I see the same thing all the time, kind of boring. I kind of like to mix it up, so we tried it here. Yes. And then we put a desk over here because the 3 bookshelves didn't look nice because of the diagonal on the one wall there. And I think it looked fine, and everybody needs a computer. In The Sims, it's like essential that you need a computer, more than a TV. TV doesn't do that much. Gets your fun up, big deal, whatever. Computer does everything. I love that. Put a chess table in, like always, love a good chess table. Put that music station in. Stereo system, yes. I really love that item. That old-fashioned one is exquisite. And here we're in the foyer area. This area was pretty awkward because it's really large and kind of dead space. Like, there wasn't much space to like do anything properly. So I put some of those coat rack things from Seasons, and then I put a mirror by the door, which you know I love to do. Check yourself out before you head out the door. And then I think I add a piano and maybe a plant. I don't know. Keep it pretty simple because it's an entryway. Can't go too wild and crazy. And then we skip over to the child's bedroom, which is oddly shaped, kind of small, but it worked. This one corner fit the bed real nice, and then the other area you're able to get a dresser, got a mirror, and a drawing table, I believe we pick, yes. And then I just get some posters on the wall and a rug, maybe, and call it good, because in this area I meant the area outside of the room is supposed to be like the play area, so I mean I didn't think I had to put that many toys in the room because he can just step out of the room and then play in the toys. And then for this toddler room, made a dinosaur theme. I thought a toddler might like it. I don't know. She could be very into dinosaurs. There isn't much of a toddler theme that we have available. Like, there isn't too many super toddlery things, and to me dinosaurs just scream toddler. I don't know why. Does anybody else always use that dinosaur stuff for toddlers? Or is that just me? I don't know. I don't feel like I watch people that do toddler rooms very often in their builds, so I have no idea if I'm alone there. But I always do toddler rooms because I like to play families, and it's a little more exciting than just like single beds or double beds, like having the child's things, the child's toys. Mix it up a little. And here we're in the dining room now, of course, and this was a struggle trying to pick a table because I just didn't know what I wanted. And then I was like, hey, let's use this terrible orange and blue chair to match the kitchen. But then I was like, I don't know what table would go with that, what color wood goes with that. I feel like it all looked terrible. So then I ended up with a blue table, because if it's gonna look terrible, I want to purposely make it terrible, you know, because then it doesn't hurt my feelings if someone says, hey, this is ugly, because I'll just go, I know, I wanted it to be ugly. And so we just went with it, and I figured if the kitchen is that blue and orange theme, like, we might as well just make it terrible and do it in the dining room as well. Just keep it going, keep it flowing. I didn't know what to do in the dining room either, so that's why there's like just random skill building objects with like the guitar, the microphone, and the easel. If you have a better idea, feel free to change it out. I think this build uses a lot of packs, and I am really sorry about that. You know I like to do base games so they're most accessible, but this one was a challenge, so I didn't want to do base game for that. And what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. The dog barked. Can you hear the dog barking? What I was saying was that there may be a lot of packs used in this build if you want to download it, but if you check by clicking on the pack and then you picking used items, I think it's called, or something, like, you can check what items are used from that pack. And so some of the packs that I used, I might have only used like a couple items, which you can easily replace and live without. Or maybe I used a plant from one item, so like if you don't have that pack, you're gonna be missing a plant, and that doesn't really matter, so you can download it anyway. I do that all the time when I'm looking on the gallery, especially before when I didn't have that many packs. I mean, now I have all of them but Strangerville and like 5 stuff packs, so it's not very often that there's like something crucial in a pack that I need. But I always check anyway. I'm like, oh, it's just a plant, or it's just this little thing, and I knew I can change it myself. So that's a little pro tip. Always check to see what items are used in a pack if you don't have that pack, because it could be easily replaced, and then it's no big deal. So now we're putting some landscaping in, and a mailbox. Remembered a mailbox. Couldn't remember a trash can, but I remembered a mailbox. Whatever. Anyway, I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to landscape this, because I mean, again, we're not trying to make it cute here, so I just added a bunch of plants like I normally would landscape and called it a day. Made a little path to the barbecue area, and I used some of these bushes to line the outside of the house, almost to act as a fence, because I didn't like how the fences looked, but the plants I thought looked nice. So that is what we did. And I added just a bunch of random things in here. There's like a jungle gym, or monkey bars, not a jungle gym, that little toddler pool. I think I had a fountain thing, maybe. I think I had the flower arranging tables already out there. just add a bunch of plants to kind of make it our own. Also, sorry if you can hear a bunch of background noise. I am never alone in my house, and we're very close to each other, so I hardly ever have a quiet moment, and there's always somebody talking, some kid screaming, some dog barking. There's always a bunch of noise, so I apologize, but there's nothing I can do because I can't escape to have a quiet spot to record these voiceovers. And that's another reason why it's really hard for me to build in real time, because there's never a quiet moment for me to actually sit down and do it. But that's just how it be when you live with your parents. That's just gonna happen, especially since everyone's home because of the pandemic still. There's not a good time for quiet time. Maybe when I move out, and God knows how long we'll be able to, but that won't be anytime soon. But I think we're coming up to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If not, well, thanks for watching anyway. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment something down below, and subscribe for more videos like this. I will see you all in the next video, for whatever that might be. Bye.